on the left boot of Bukayo Saka. I'm delighted to say that he is waiting to talk to us now. Congratulations, Bukayo. I hope you can hear us all right on that. The delivery again and another important 3 points. But it took your team a while to get going tonight. Tell us what that's like when you come back from international duty, presumably not too many training sessions, but yet everybody's expecting you to hit the heights straight away.
Yeah, obviously it's a lot of expectation on us. We know that, and we didn't start the game how we expected and how we wanted to. But we have the experience now to understand. We've come here a few years and not got the results that we wanted. But today we were able to turn that around and show that we can win in the end. So everyone in change, I'm so happy with that.
Does it feel like a significant victory to you, Bukayo?
Yeah, for sure. Even if it doesn't to others, it does to us. This season we beat Newcastle, who we struggled against in the past away. West Ham as well, who we had problems with at home. And now Fulham away, who we struggled with. So it's points that we've been picking up that in recent seasons we haven't been picking up. So we're happy with this result.
Bukayo, Jamie Redknapp, congratulations. I thought from your point of view, it was a real captain's performance today because it wasn't easy. First 20 minutes, you had a bit of battle assessing on, and you really started to come into your own, started to run the game, started to deliver great crosses and little bits of individual play. Did you get that feeling as well?
Yeah, I got the feeling. It was a tough start to the game, but in my mind, it's like I just want to get the ball and make things happen. And even if I miss one, I miss two. I'm going to keep going. And I grew into the game, and I felt I had a good performance in the end, which I'm happy with.
Talk us about that set piece. Obviously, corners are a huge part for you. After 8 games last season, you had 3 goals from corners. This year, you've already got 7. Great delivery from you. I know you've obviously helped when you got Gabriel attacking it.
Yeah, it helps. We've got some big guys in the box, and at the start of the game, I took some rubbish corners. I was quite disappointed, but I kept going, and I think this is the 4th one, and I put it in, and it was a nice delivery. Gabriel got the touch, and obviously Leo got the goal, so I'm very happy with that. Sorry?
Why do you think you were taking rubbish corners, in your words?
Did you not see them?
But I'm guessing you practiced this skill over and over to land it in that right spot.
Yeah, it's something we work on a lot. It's quite clear, we're quite good at it. We have high standards for ourselves, and like I said, I was happy with the ones in the end, which helped us get the goal.
Bukayo, I want to talk about the penalty incident. You looked a bit perplexed, obviously, when it was, given and then not given. Your face is telling me everything there. What's your feeling? Because Kevin obviously has a little nibble at you, and then you get a touch. What's your thoughts on it?
Yeah, for me, it's a penalty, Of course, I understand he touched the ball, but I felt a big contact on my right knee, before he touched the ball. And for me, any contact in the box like that is a penalty. But the decision's been made. I don't want to dwell on it. It's happened in the past. I don't want to dwell on it. Let's just move forward. We got the 3 points, and that's my opinion.
Bukayo, I'd love to get an insight in the training ground, in team meetings with the manager, or just even around the training ground with the players themselves. For me, I really see a different mentality to Arsenal so far this season. I see a real belief within the players that you can go and win the Premier League, especially with the quality that you've added in the summer as well. Do you see that shift, or is there a mentality shift that you can really go that one step further this season and do it?
Yeah, we believe, and the mentality is simple, it's winning any context. There'll be games where we're dominating possession, there'll be games where we're struggling, the game's on top of us, sometimes we might have to defend, it's any context, we win. That's the mentality for us, and we showed that today, we started poor, and in the end we won. So that's what we're trying to do this season, and that will help us get over the line, I think.
But I wanted to ask you, Bukayo, as well, as one of the best attacking players in the Premier League, what do you think when people say, that Arsenal are where they are because they're strong defensively, or they are a defensive team? What's your take on that?
To be fair, it's fine. People are always going to have their opinions. People are always going to talk. In the end, it's up to us to show it. So I don't mind. I feel like the numbers, myself, the rest of the attackers that we've got in the past recent seasons, some of the best in the Premier League. So, like I said, people can say what they want, but in the end, we just want to win. Yeah.
You've done that job. Well done tonight. Thanks so much for talking to us, Bukayo.
Thank you very much. Cheers.
Well done.
And the Arsenal machine keeps rolling on, doesn't it?
That's what it needs to do. It's just about getting points, and when you're just off the mark, then you rely on set pieces, which they heavily do, and they do it so well.
And you think it's a positive that he's sort of, self-critiquing his own set-piece delivery?
Oh, listen, I'm sure Jamie might be the same. I'd be the same. You could have the best game in the world. If I'd done 2 sloppy passes or 1 loose pass, that would be the one that I'd be like... But people would go, you've had a great game. But no, that one just got away. And that's the details. That's the levels. That's the difference of winning the Premier League and not competing and not getting there.
I know they have a deep squad now, Jamie. They have options, but do you feel he is...
They are the best defensively in Europe. They've gone back-to-back games now without letting the opposition have a shot. First time in 22 years. So what's improved? Because they were already good last season defensively.
Yeah, I think they defend really well as a team in all parts of the pitch. So I just want to show you the first clip. You would say this is a high block, if Alan, you forgive me for saying that. But in terms of, it was a throw-in, and look at the reaction from Gabriel to get back in. Now you've got a 4 versus 4, and as the clip materialises, the ball goes wide, Gabriel's back into position, the ball's going to get circulated around again, and before you know it, you've got the whole team behind the ball. That is defending as a group, as a team, knowing exactly what they need to do. So you've had the high block. Now we're in the mid block. Arsenal on the ball. They give away the ball sloppily. And you think in this situation, will they panic? Nope. Rice sails Gabriel to go left. Calafiori doubles up with him. Rice goes into the centre-back position. Absolute brilliant defending. So they've had the high, we've had the middle, and this is what they've been doing, especially in the Champions League against really good sides in that low block. Saying to Fulham, play rounders, because you're not going to play through us. And if they do get through, it's going to have to be something exceptional to really do that. Nice and compact, excellent, and the compactness in the centre of the pitch of this team is just brilliant. So the conclusion of that, if they continue to do this, last season they drew 1-1, today they get the win, and if they want to win the league, they need to carry on with this form. Because look at that, goals conceded first, clean sheets first, big chances against first, XG, and the rest is history.
And may well be.
Maybe.
As you allude to there, defensively, yes, very, very strong. They've scored the same amount of goals at this stage as they did last year, which is 15 goals. And all season long, we were hearing they really need a centre-forward. They need somebody who can, bag them a load of goals. They buy the centre-forward in Gyökeres. And he hasn't got the goals, but has he helped improve them?
Yeah, he hasn't got the goals. I mean, he's not in the league as of the 3 we showed in the previous clip, far from that. But I think he brings a different strength. There's no doubt that he will have to improve his goal scoring. As you said, he's only got 3. But one of his strengths, which has suited Arsenal, is he actually goes the other way. He goes in behind. And I think when he does that, that then creates space for others to play, because last season you had maybe Havertz or Marino coming short, and that's easier for teams to defend against. But when you're running the other way, they get deeper and deeper. That then opens the space up for others to play. So I think from that point of view, he has improved Arsenal.
And will he get the goals? Do you feel
I think he will get the goals. Obviously, nowhere near as many as he got last season, but he will get the goals. With the number of chances that Arsenal create, he will, and his numbers should improve.
Well, Leandro Trossard did score the decisive goal in the end, and he could have left the club in the summer, signed a new contract. He's proven to be an important player at times.
Yeah, he is. He's somebody that Mikel's got a lot of faith in. You can see where there's sometimes where you're thinking that he's not going to start him, but he'll start him in certain games. And again, like today, he come up with the goods. He does give Arsenal something else on that left side in respects of retaining the ball and keeping it moving. Whereas, you've got someone like Martinelli who will want to go forward. He wants to use his pace. And he does come up with the odd goal every now and then.
Yeah, he said then only needed 1 chance. They were his words. That's what Mikel Arteta said to them at half-time. It probably tells us quite a lot about what Brighty was saying before. This is the way Arsenal play now, isn't it? They keep things tight defensively, and then they just have to take the chances when they come.
Well, yeah, I mean, if you're an attacking player in this team, it must be nice knowing that you don't have to take every chance that you get, because at the back, they're leaving gaps left, right and centre, but they don't. Because they're so rock solid, as Leandro Trossard said there, all it takes is 1 chance. Yep. And even the chance that they created, it wasn't even a proper chance. It was a set play, and it comes off his knee, I think, and he knees it into the net. But again, Arsenal, I expect them, in the upcoming weeks to get better, because international break, it's hard coming back and playing a tough fixture as well. 5:30 kickoff against a Fulham side who have obviously lost their last two, but at home have been good, and they managed to do what they needed to do and get the 3 points.
Yeah, he's the 10th different goal scorer for Arsenal this season. Let's take a look at the goal that he did score, Righty. What did you like about this?
Well, it's all about the delivery, Kelly, and where they want to put the ball. The ball is right on the postage stamp in the middle of that box. When you look at where the goalkeeper, you see that little space right there. That's where they're going to all end up. So the ball has to be perfect. It has to come in on that line. It has to come in a kind of a lower trajectory so you can get that little flick that Gabriel got, and then you want people on the back post.
Yeah, but when you talk about this one, Jimenez and Kearney, two forward-thinking players, they leave Trossard, and I think just because I've been there as an attacking player, when it's forward-thinking, you forget about your defensive responsibilities, and they both do, and they both get caught in between. Raul Jimenez, a striker, Tom Kearney, more of an advanced midfield player, and Trossard just sneaks in between them, and as a tap-in, it's a really clever finish.
7 of 15 goals this season have been scored by corners from Arsenal. We know what they're good at.
Well, yeah, but Kelly, I feel that when you're going to get games like that with Fulham, always cause problems for teams with that mid-block, especially at home. You have to find a way. You have to find a way to win, and I think that's what Arsenal are going to have to do until they can get into their stride and beat teams more, maybe entertainingly. But for now, the main thing is to get the points on the board, so as then you could keep the pressure on, like Liverpool got to play tomorrow.
It is a skill, though, isn't it? We can kind of scoff at it, but they've become very good at it.
But that's the thing, and I don't understand why other teams don't pay it the respect it deserves, because it can get you out of jail, ultimately, because Arsenal can have games like this and where they're not really creating too many opportunities, and you're thinking, where's the goal going to come from? But because they're so strong at it and they work at it, even the opposition now are thinking to themselves, every time they get a corner, oh no, here we go again.
There's a lot of skill involved, like we just saw it there. Saka's ball has to be perfect, just like when Declan Rice is taking. The ball has to be perfect because people have got certain places where they've got to get there at the right time, so as then you can get the flick, and it's not easy.
No.
It's not easy. People can scoff at it and that, but it's not an easy thing to do. There's a lot of skill involved.
Yeah, nearly 50